Hello?
Hey, you! Don't watch that! Watch this!
NBC is now ABC, ABC is now CBS.
What is it all about?
The NBC is now channel 11. ABC is now channel 2.
It's the passion for tool.
CBS is now channel 13. Did I get it right?
New concerns tonight.
Does that mean that Al Sanders and Denise Koch are leaving Channel 13?
No.
As long as I can find out where the programs I want to watch are going to be shown, I'm happy. Bottom line.
I have a feeling that people are going to be using these a lot more the next few weeks. Searching for programs they normally watch on one channel and finding them on another.
Well, you're right. And of course, this network switch isn't really as complicated as it may sound. It'll just take getting used to. And that's what this show is all about, to help prepare you for the changes that are about to take place here, as well as the other stations, and to guide you through them.
In fact, if you have a VCR, you may want to record this half hour as a guide and a reference to use if you need more time to adjust to the changes or simply as a reminder.
Now, as to explain the changes which will actually occur, it's best to start at the beginning, the day we all heard the news that the networks were making a move. In early summer, we heard the news that channels 13, 11, and 2 were changing their network affiliations. Channel 13 would be switching from ABC to CBS. Channel 2 would switch from NBC to ABC. And Channel 11 would again be NBC, the network they were affiliated with 13 years ago.
But what does all this mean? It means that the programs delivered by the networks, the programs with the major stars, will move to another place on your television dial. For example, network programs like Northern Exposure, which used to be on Channel 11, will now be on Channel 13. Programs such as Frasier, which aired on Channel 2, will now be on Channel 11, while network programs like NYPD Blue, that you are accustomed to seeing on Channel 13, will now appear on Channel 2.
What hasn't changed, however, are the local news programs like Rise and Shine or Eyewitness News at 5, 6, and 11, or programs that were specifically purchased by this station.
I think that's where the switch is a bit confusing. See, local television stations are required to carry a certain number of network programs in order to maintain their affiliations. And of course, the networks want to be associated with the top local stations so that their viewers will see their programs.
But local stations also purchase programs that are syndicated, shows like Jenny Jones.
So you're both basically sharing the same guy then?
Mary Lou.
I thought, oh my gosh, it sounds so beautiful. I mean, it's really a great album.
Oprah.
To start working on all the other stuff in your life because you'll feel so much better.
Cops.
MCP, here we come!
Or Entertainment Tonight. Local stations can place these shows wherever they wish, as long as they do not disrupt their obligation to the network, which essentially means that you won't see dramatic changes in your viewing habits for a good part of the day. The changes, however, do become obvious in the early afternoon, when it's time to watch your favorite soaps, as well as between the hours of 8 and 11 p.m., when the popular primetime shows are on.
And when we come back, we'll examine these changes and where you can expect to find your favorite programs. And don't forget to start your VCRs.
So we know that Channel 2 is ABC, Channel 11 is NBC, and Channel 13 is CBS. Fox 45 is not affected at all. But how does that affect specific programs and at what times?
And some of these changes start in the morning, and who better to take us through some of them? Our own morning team, Don Scott and Marty Bass.
Thanks, Al. Thanks, Bob. You know, Don.
Yeah.
Before we get into what changes and what doesn't change in the morning hours, we really should clear up the question so many people are asking, which is the genesis of this entire dilemma. Why the change in networks is occurring in the first place.
I want you to listen to this man's story.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Very closely.
Give us 30 seconds of your undivided attention, and we will hopefully clear this up.
Okay, I'll take 15 of that. Basically, the change occurred because the company that owns Channel 2, Scripps Howard in name, made a deal with the ABC television network to maintain their ABC stations in Detroit and Cleveland, which are technically bigger, what we call markets than here. So Channel 2 became part of that deal as an incentive for keeping ABC in those other markets. They became ABC here. See?
I don't know what it means. I don't speak Latin.
Thank you, Henry.
Or broadcast. Wait. Okay, now look. Now, that left Channel 13 without a network. ABC said, well, look, as far as to do with Scripps Howard, because Channel 2 Scripps Howard, well, we've got to go over there. How happy do you think they are about that?
Yeah, how happy.
Well, anyway, so 13 entertained offers from CBS, NBC, and Fox. Look, we fished around. We shopped the product. And management decided that CBS had simply the best deal, not only for us here in Baltimore, but for our other Group W sister stations in Boston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco. We did exactly what Scripps Howard did, but with CBS. But the
This is CBS.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But the network change really shouldn't be too much of a big deal for you, the viewers. It certainly will not be for us here in the morning. We are not going anywhere.
Nowhere are we going, and we will still, you can still wake up with us right here on Rise and Shine at 5:30, Monday through Friday, doing what we always kind of do.
WJZ-TV, Baltimore. Eyewitness News. This is Rise and Shine.
The Rise and Shine morning team, as always, will be with you on up until 7 o'clock when we turn things over to the network. But instead of turning to Charles and Joan, we'll hand the ball to Harry and Paula with CBS This Morning.
So that means Good Morning America goes over to Channel 2, and the Today Show moves back to Channel 11, where it once was. Then at 9 o'clock, local programming schedules return on Channel 13. That means Jenny Jones leads the pack with her informative, provocative guests, followed by Mary Lou Henner at 10, and then The Price is Right. The Price is Right moves here at 11 o'clock.
Geraldo and Sally Jesse Raphael, thank you, will stay with Channel 2 and 11 respectively, although the times when they air could change.
Call them, don't call us. And of course, we will be back at 12 noon for your midday news and weather.
As we have been for many, many years.
Many.
None of that changes. But now we lead you into the early afternoon soap operas, and who better to take us through the soap changes right on through the 5 o'clock newscast but our friends Sally Thorner and Richard Scher.
Thanks, Marty and Don. Well, Richard, finding your favorite soaps in the afternoon is going to take a little getting used to, but you're going to want to keep the dial right here where it is on Channel 13 because the most watched soaps are heading our way with CBS.
You're absolutely right, Sally. The young and the restless, the bold and the beautiful, As the World Turns, and The Guiding Light. They'll be sharing weekday afternoons with you here on 13, while All My Children, One Life to Live, and General move to Channel 2, and Days of Our Lives and Another World roll over to Channel 11.
Leading into the 5 o'clock news hour, local stations will once again run syndicated programs of their choice. Jenny Jones joins us each weekday afternoon at 4 right here on Channel 13, while shows like Oprah and Hard Copy remain with 2 and 11.
And right after that at 5 o'clock, 1 hour of news and lots of fun, too. Basically, every day after we bring you the top news stories of the day,
Anything goes.
Right, at 5, we have a great hour. Lots of fun for 1 solid hour.
News you can use, including 2 appearances by Kelly Lynn with Health Watch.
We've got Norman Vogel's Now and Then, hilarious reports from 20-something reporter Dave.
Right, and in addition to doing the weather twice during the hour, Bob Turk will be along with Around the House, which are basically household tips that save you money.
Not to mention our traffic reports to let you know when your loved ones are going to finally get home, and hot gossip with John Buren on the Grapevine, and all the breaking sports there is to hear.
And we've got each other,
too. So, Sally, I imagine that by now, everyone watching is feeling, well, a little clearer as to the changes that are taking place and just how local programming basically will remain the same right here on Channel 13.
Basically, that's correct. People just need to get used to the fact that instead of switching to Channel 13 for ABC programming, they'll be tuning in to see CBS programming.
That's right. And once again, this will have little or no effect on the local programs you've grown to love right here on 13, particularly news and sports programming. And in particular, the Baltimore Oriole telecasts will remain right here on 13,
if
provided they ever play baseball again.
And when we come back, our own John Buren will guide us through what we should expect to see in the world of sports here and elsewhere as the network changes unfold. Stay with us.
Although the networks may be changing affiliation here in Baltimore, there will be no change in the pace of the action over the upcoming year. And we are proud to say that one of the biggest shows in all the world of sports is coming here to Channel 13. That, of course, is the NCAA Basketball Championship Tournament. When March arrives and the madness begins, you can catch the best of college hoops right here on 13. The NBA and NBC moved their action to Channel 11, along with the 1996 Olympic Games from Atlanta. ABC's Monday Night Football will move to Channel 2 next season, as will the Pro Bowlers Tour. Come spring, CBS and Channel 13 get in the swing of things with the Masters Golf Championship in April, featuring some of the greatest players in the game today. Also on tap for the spring on CBS is the Kemper Open Golf Tournament, and later in the summer months, the College World Series, the PGA Championship, and the U.S. Open Tennis Tournament. But truly the main event of this coming year here in Charm City figures to be Cal Ripken's pursuit of Lou Gehrig's consecutive games record. And you will see the games in which Cal ties the record and breaks the record here on Channel 13. Along with those games, we will also bring you at least 30 Oriole regular season contests.
Good evening, everybody. I'm George Michael, and welcome to a special Christmas edition of the Sports Machine. Tonight, through the use of the Sports Machine,
of course, if you miss any of the sports news or information during the week, you'll be brought back up to date with the Sports Machine, seen at its regular time Sunday nights at 11:30 p.m. And one emphatic reminder, even though some of the sports programming here on Channel 13 may be changing, some things will not change on Eyewitness Sports at 5, 6, and 11. For instance, Thursdays, you'll still be able to catch the Geek of the Week and Sports Spotlight on Eyewitness News. And during the winter months, we will continue to have our League Night Bowling feature each Friday night on Eyewitness News with the night team. Now, obviously, we've just touched the tip of the iceberg concerning the sports programs coming your way. Be sure to consult your local listings for times, dates, and channels. Now, you want to stay tuned with us because when we come back, Al and Uncle Bob will look at what's in store for us during the primetime hours. Where will your favorite stars and shows end up? Stay with us. We'll let you know.
Dun, dun, dun.
One change viewers will need to get accustomed to will be the location of network news. Eyewitness News at 6 stays right where it is until 7, at which time we hand things over to Dan Rather and Connie Chung and the CBS Nightly News.
This means Peter Jennings and World News Tonight moves to Channel 2, And Tom Brokaw with NBC News moves to Channel 11.
Following the CBS News at 7:30 on Channel 13 will be the popular Entertainment Tonight, where you can keep up to date with what's going on in Hollywood and the entertainment world. The network switch will be noticed most during primetime hours, beginning at 8 p.m.
That's right, and Monday night sizzles with hits like The Nanny,
The butler is the smartest member of the family.
Dave's World,
No, it was advertised on TV.
Murphy Brown, and one of the hottest new dramas on television, Chicago Hope.
There's nothing you can do to me that you haven't already done. Get him out of here.
Coach and Monday Night Football take the field over at Channel 2.
Showcasing all of last season.
While the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air jumps over to Channel 11.
Yep. Tonight, it's...
And for the Late Night House, David Letterman and The Late Show find their new home right here on Channel 13 at 11:30, Monday through Friday.
Don't we look like the guy in the clothing ad? We should do that.
I paid full price.
But don't
The
let
Tonight
people
Show with Jay Leno moves to Channel 11.
Tuesday nights, Channel 13 gets into action with Rescue 911.
It just tore my heart out. I would have traded places with her in a second.
Frasier moves to Channel 11.
More weeks of winter, I say?
Oh, dear God.
And you know what the end of next week is?
No, what?
And Home Improvement takes up new residence on Channel 2 with NYPD Blue to follow.
Jenny may be alive. Jennifer!
Hello, Jenny.
Hi, Daddy.
Wednesday nights heat up again with comedy on Channel 13 with Hearts of Fire.
Is that a hard drive in your laptop, or are you just happy to see me?
There is a reason
Love
I
and
never
War.
owned a television. The last time I watched, there was a horse talking.
And the favorite, Northern Exposure.
He is, isn't he?
What? Oh, nothing. Nothing. I just think, maybe he has a tiny little crush on me.
Roseanne moved south to Channel 2,
Roseanne, how is this gonna come out of this?
along with Ellen.
Good morning.
Dateline and Law & Order hold court on Channel 11.
Need to hear, I'll give the citizen his rights. He's remanded without bail next.
Thursday nights head to the South with CBS and Due South, which may become the biggest surprise hit of the season.
Would you consider discussing this over coffee?
This man is seriously crazy.
No, we are 18 floors up. Just hold your elbows out at the side. It'll slow your descent. My descent? Fraser, you cannot go down there without backup. Ah, the most annoying man in the world.
Seinfeld moves his hit show over to Channel 11.
This is weird, wild stuff.
Oh, yeah! All right, show's over.
Turning Point and Primetime Live move to Channel 2.
Those who've changed the world around us, often as you've never seen them before.
Dick Van Dyke returns to prime time on CBS and Channel 13 with Diagnosis Murder. Under Suspicion follows at 9, followed by the popular hit drama, Picket Fences.
And then you said, we're the cops. We can do anything we want.
We were doing a good cop, bad cop thing.
You said it, didn't you?
Yes, but you don't understand.
Thank you. But I think I do.
Baltimore-based Homicide moves to Channel 11.
What you know, whatever you know.
When I got there, he was already dead.
Lies, lies, lies!
I just stood there and I watched them kill my wife.
And 2020 with Hugh Downs and Barbara Walters can be found on Channel 2.
That you're running a scam. Is it true?
No, absolutely false.
Do you believe self-esteem can be taught?
Primetime on Saturdays and Channel 13 features Jane Seymour as Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
We're a family.
We're gonna stay a family no matter what happens.
Nikki took a bite out of Charlie Cheddar.
Then the boys are back.
He kept hugging me.
Not hearing them now makes me feel, sad, lonely, celibate.
And Mrs. Buchanan has arrived. Chuck Norris as Walker, Texas Ranger, takes us up to the 11 o'clock hour.
Here on camera.
Sundays beginning at 7 o'clock on Channel 13 is a long-running staple of CBS, 60 Minutes, followed by the favorite murder mystery, Murder, She Wrote.
Are you quite sure? That sounds fascinating. Oh, dear. Who? Where? Well, yes, I'll tell him, Sheriff. Look, I don't want to intrude. And if you want to deal with whatever it is on your own, I respect that.
Sequest and Earth 2 will appear on Channel 11, and check your local listings for the primetime Sunday lineup on Channel 2.
Hi there.
As a reminder for those who burn the midnight oil, Letterman comes to Channel 13.
Thank you. Here we go. Here we go.
This one is going to come.
Nightline moves to Channel 2. And for those who are up at 1 a.m., Channel 13 will carry a second run of Entertainment Tonight for those who may have missed the day's entertainment news.
And if you missed any information this half hour, or if you're having any questions regarding the changes that are occurring, call the number on your screen, 1-800-WATCH-13. Operators are standing by 24 hours a day to help you.
So, there you have it. It's really not all that complicated.
That's right, Al. The first few weeks will take some getting used to, but check your newspaper and local listings for your favorite programs and what station they'll be on, or pop this tape into your VCR to help you through the changes.
And with all the network changes, it's nice to know Channel 13 isn't going anywhere. We will continue to do things the way we've always done them.
Yeah, I guess it's true. The more things, the more they remain the same.
Yes.
Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer
People
man.
disagree with, and all of a sudden your whole readership starts acting like you push Nancy Kerrigan.
Changes.
Okay, butt out.
Just because Uncle Rick says it's okay doesn't mean it's okay.
Sharing a guest cottage right by the water.
How convenient, sir, should you want to drown yourself.
Well, I've got a piece to finish up on museum gift shops for Southwest, but...
Anytime you're ready.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Artie. I mean, think. Doesn't it just smack of circumstantial evidence?
He's right. Stop by the house. We'll watch the show as one big family.